think I remember that, but
Yeah, they told her, don't let anyone from, the 90s or whenever it was, use it because if they don't know how to control it, it could blow shit up, and like someone took it from her and put it on and without knowing the proper focus to use it, like it was like setting off a stick of dynamite wherever they were focused on, stuff like
wow.
that. So then as soon as someone realized that that's the thing that does it and it wasn't like a handgun or something like that, that's when they like kidnapped her and abducted her or whatever. But I cannot remember the name of that movie.
That's
but
crazy
that was my
for
favorite one.
a Disney original channel movie. That sounds like something more that should be on like Tales from the Crypt. Or like, Are You Afraid of the Dark or some shit?
It wasn't like crazy dark or anything like that. It wasn't like a Demon Knight or anything like that.
Ooh,
but
good shout out.
it could be yeah, I suppose it could have been like a Twilight Zone episode. I mean, it wasn't, but I'm saying what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
They could do something along those lines very easily. But it was a Disney Channel movie.
Fond memories of growing up with
No clue.
Lord Byronius and watching Demon Knights.
Mm-hmm.
And Bordello of Blood.
Those are the days back in the days.
I mean, they should bring... I heard they were trying to bring Tales from the Crypt back, but it was going to be on like TBS or TNT or something. It wouldn't do it justice.
Legit. Well, I mean, that's kind of what it was. It was like a late at night, USA Up All Night with Linda Cher or whatever.
Right. I guess they didn't have a whole lot of nudity or anything in it, but...
Well, yeah, like their movies did their own little thing or whatever, but like the show itself was just kind of dark or whatever. I always liked when USA Up All Night was taken over by Elvira. Those were really, those were the movies that I liked watching.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like the Elvira movies. I just mean she always did like the creepy movies and shit like that. Psycho Cop. Oh my God, what a horrible movie.
That's so awesome. That's a deep, deep shout out right there.
That's from the vaults.
They're bringing, I believe they're remaking or making a new Are You Afraid of the Dark for the kids, just like they did with All That.
Snick? They're going to get snickety snacked?
It looks like they're getting snickety snackety up in that bitch.
I hope they bring Snick back. I mean, just like recreate those shows.
Right.
Like
exactly.
have a Goosebumps episode again. Ooh. All the cool shit.
Right. I mean, I watched the first episode of All That. It was actually pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
These kids, they want it. They're hungry. It honestly felt like the vibes of when those, Keenan and Kel and Mary Beth Denberg and yeah, Repairman, man. When those kids,
soda. Kel likes the orange soda. I do.
Ooh. Good burger, welcome to Good Burger. Can't take odd. But yes, I think it would be awesome if they brought a lot of the Snick shows back. I mean, get some Pete and Pete up in them bit, get to
with his arm tattoo. I love that.
Yes,
it would dance.
But I mean, the fact that they're bringing back Are You Afraid of the Dark? They've already brought back all that. A lot of these '90s Nickelodeon shows are coming back. I mean, we mentioned Rocko's Modern Life earlier. Or not Rocko's Modern Life. Rocko's Modern Life. And then we mentioned Hey Arnold before that in a previous podcast. So yeah, holy crap.
In a way, I love it. In another stronger way, I really wish an original idea would come out of someone at some point. Just because, like, give me a fucking original... Like, instead of recreating and ruining my childhood, which, 50 to 80% of these have done, fucking have a real idea. Have an original idea. I mean, there were so many photocopy shows back in the day, but they were different shows. They had a different feel. Yes, it was a family show. It was, parents, kids, troubles, whatever. Or Seinfeld, a show about nothing. Or Friends, a show about, people who get together and, get along but don't properly coexist or any of that random shit, but have an original idea. Give me something to,
Okay, I'm gonna crack my knuckles here real quick because I'm gonna give a really deep shout out to something in Retro Talk.
Are we paused?
No, we're good.
I was like, what is happening?
No, we're good. It's just something that's not on our notes. So this is a wild card. I'm throwing a wild card at you, bro.
Ooh.
Wild card. You ready for this?
Okay.
Prometheus and Bob. Okay. So I watched this. I don't know where it was. I'm going to have to find it and post it to the page because it's an interview with the original creator of Prometheus and Bob. And he goes on to, because every episode had like a episode 74, fire,
Treehouse.
Right. Treehouse. Toilet. And it fucking hilarious. He goes in depth of, creating the new characters that came in later on. How he became the original idea for it was literally just scraps from other stuff from Kablam.
Mm-hmm.
And, he put these together and he started creating its own lore in a sense. But those numbers, he just went random. He was doing so much other shit that when they're like,
he would lose track or something.
No, not even. Just like, what do you want to number the episode? And he'd just be like 432. You just throw out some random ass number.
I loved it because it was like, okay, all these ones were boring of this scientific research, but this one had promise. It's kind of the feel I had to it.
Right, and the monkey that would come in and just
do it, no worries.
Yep, that and destroy the the research that Prometheus was doing on Bob.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't get more classic nostalgia than Prometheus and fucking Bob, dude.
It's every episode is on YouTube. I just looked it up and it said every episode of Prometheus and Bob, or the complete series on YouTube right here. It's like the first one.
He did say that he wants to bring it back, but there's so much, I guess, fine print with Nickelodeon and the rights to it because it was part of Kablam, and they own all the rights. And if they did wanted to remake it, they're probably going to want to take a step in, and he wants full creative control of it, because it's his baby.
Yeah.
He also doesn't want to ruin it for it, a quick buck or whatever. He wants to make it right if he's going to do it.
Real quick, there's 39 episodes, but it looks like 2 of them have been deleted off of YouTube for whatever reason. Maybe they're uploaded wrong, deleted, so then it just went to, like, 19 says deleted, 18's there, 20's there. Maybe there was an issue with 19. It didn't upload right, so maybe 20 is 19, you know what I mean?
Right, I know how that works. They delete one, and then they'll re-upload it to a different spot.
Yeah, so it'll take a different number on or whatever. But I'm going to throw this onto our page.
Okay, cool.
This link to every episode, because if you've never heard of it, every episode is like 2 to 3 minutes long. So
right, it's really quick.
It's worth a sit down giggle. It's hilarious.
I was gonna bring up what is it? The fact that Prometheus and Bob would take risks because they knew that Nickelodeon wasn't always necessarily watching their content. So they would literally say Bob hit himself in the knee or something. They'd literally swear into the microphone and play it in reverse, and they'd get away with it. And apparently, one of it leaked through forward, and that whole episode got nixed.
Aw.
So
you think you could have just backwards it, like cuff or renod?
Right.
Just do it right, backwards. And for anyone who doesn't know what renob is, that's boner. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, it's like Red Rum, but
or crod.
Yeah, crod's our old good one.
Mm-hmm.
You're being such
fucking
a crod.
Crod. You cuffing crod.
Right. Which is dork backwards for those that aren't down with the lingo of the riff.
It's another frequency. Get in tune. Vibe with us.
That was Retro Talk. Hope you guys enjoyed that little dive into some, what I think got, in a tangent. We didn't have things that we planned, so that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to introduce the next one?
This would be Comic Frequency where we're gonna have a little chitty chat, and I'm just gonna jump into the first one. Hulu, the movie Justice League Dark. It is and should be rated R. It is worth a view for anyone who likes magic or Batman or Superman. Also, Justice League War is on there, and that's a phenomenal movie as well. It looks like similar artist, if not the same artist, does both. Watch War. It's not rated R, but it's very good, but it will let you feel out the character before you watch Justice League Dark. And Justice League Dark walks in Constantine, Deadman, stuff like I can't remember if Frankenstein's in there or Man-Thing. But Etrigan the Demon, I believe, is in it. Zatanna, who does backwards magic, which is what, instead of saying, pick that up, she would say that pick up, but in complete backwards order. Instead of saying fuck, you say cuff. She would do it like that,
Oh.
So that's the magic speak of her, is saying a whole spell, but the spell is backwards of the sentence of what she's trying to do.
That's pretty sneaky, sir.
Yeah. Sneaky. Which is very cool, very fun. Check it out. I'm a huge fan of Justice League Dark. It has a real feel to what they're kind of doing with the DC right now anyways. I mean, Superman doesn't kill. First fucking movie, Man of Steel, he kills Zod. Instead of locking him up or any of that stuff, Phantom Zone and all that, snaps his fucking head. And the shockwave given off from snapping it. I mean, the power behind having to snap a Kryptonian's neck is phenomenal. Going to geek there.
Right.
But it's a really good movie. I think it was really pretty well done, especially for a cartoon being rated R. You gotta push a boundary for that, and they did good.
Which I was going to say is, I think the DC original animation is pretty much better than the DC live action stuff.
Yes. I mean, you could do a lot more with a cartoon than you can with reality actors, but with CGI and everything, I mean, it's a lot easier to sell a cartoon version of something intense than it is to sell a real action, is my feel of what it is. But if they would get that actor who played Constantine on the TV show and then redid this movie, this is the only remake, of a couple that I would approve of, that I think could be amazing. If they would do it wouldn't even have to be this exact movie, but to do a Justice League Dark movie. The movie could be anything. It wouldn't be called Justice League Dark, but it would be the universe of Justice League Dark. They could have Deadman, Zatanna, Man-Thing, Frankenstein, Batman, Constantine, Etrigan the Demon. They could have Darkseid, Superman. It could be huge.
It's always hard to place Constantine in, a group of those names. I always didn't really peg Constantine in the whole DC.
Well,
what's his name played him live action? Keanu.
Yeah. Oh, Keanu Reeves?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which was actually a good movie in itself.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Alone, it was a really good movie. I thought it was a standalone, not even a comic. I thought it was just some lore story.
And that's I think kind of the vibe that they were trying to do. But what I'm getting at is there's the possibility of that would open up so much. I know the point I was going to say was, how Marvel has Doctor Strange?
Yes.
A lot of people, unless the people know, they think Constantine slides into a Doctor Strange because he has the House of Secrets or the House of Mysteries. I really need to tie that down. So he has all the magic, all the abilities, all that, whatever. It's not really his ability. It's just his solid belief in magic and lore and demons and all that stuff, that he can do that stuff. But Dr. Fate is